Andrew, we're back. We're working on his new placement. What we have to remember is, you know, what are the subtasks that I'm getting him to do? So one of them is to remain stationary. I do have the dog understanding. I can drive him back down with the nick, and you're going to have to do that. The other thing is to get him moving, and I want this to fall under my little premise of, you know, to harness the momentum of a moving dog. So I'm going to try to send him in there only when he's moving. And the only reason I'm using the cage is he naturally is predisposed to going in the cage. You see him shifting right there. So what I need to be able to do is use my pager from this distance to push the dog that way and not pull it towards me. Down. And I'm going to show you what I did. I had my remote here. And I don't even want that to be obvious. It'd be better if it was like this. What I need, no. You know what I need? I need like that fake plastic arm that sticks out. And then my real arm, like the Michael Carbonaro thing. Then I got the fake arm that sticks out. I still like the parade wave. You know, but that's what I have to say to myself. I now down, in. I don't want him anticipating. I need to from here. I don't like the way the back end is. Down. I need good. Wonder. All through. Good. Maverick, in your place. In. Down. So now I'm going back. Good. He's a wonder. All right, so I'm gonna click the page. I'm gonna release. All through. Yay! Maverick, in your place. Yay! Down. Alright, and that's where we need the manners minder. You know what, Angie Marie? You could probably Amazon Prime that to me real quick. Down. The manners minder, down. Down. Osama, please let's try to fix ours today. Down. I don't know, down. I don't turn my back on him. I am going to do a tiny little down. Good. Oh, you saw it bounce right back up. Good. We want to make sure he's not associating. Good. All right, Molly's having another one of her seizures. Oh, poor thing. All right, for everyone at home, she's just. Summer's like, oh my God, is she really having a seizure? No, Molly plays a dog with epilepsy on the show. She doesn't really have it. Summer's getting really worried. She was like, shouldn't we be doing something? It's having a seizure. She's like, oh my God, my boss is so cold-hearted. She stands there while it's having a seizure. All right, look, I'm going to release him. All through. So that's just my click. I'm going to... Maverick, in your place. Good. I never lost. Good, down. Wonder. All through. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to ask of him right at this moment. Come on. Okay, down here. Because I'll tell you what that was. It was absolutely perfect. Watch out. Look at him go. And this is what I'm going to say to you guys, and I say this all the time. I'm going to make this, since I can't keep up with my labeling. Get down there and get on this. I'm just going to do various, default titles for now. But the default title I'm going to start using is, dogs who are collar conditioned properly with the electronic collar don't have any inhibition. So I think that's evidence there. This is even after the dog has had, it's had multiple pages, but it's also had a couple nicks too. I'll tell you what he likes to do too, Auntie Marie. Tank up in the pond. Oh, look at them go. How cute is that? Watch out. Oh, if you can get a little clip about her chasing him, that is too cute. They take off down that way, get them. That little Molly, she's a maniac. I'm going to add my nick. Maverick! Good. And I want you guys to understand, I'm doing that proactively. I'm having neither the attitude, oh, I don't want to have to use the nick, or I'm so clueless, the only way I have to communicate is the nick. I didn't make my video. I started to make my video this morning, Summer, where the character starts going off the deep end, where, you know, if a TENS machine would be a good way to communicate, I would have already invented that I know of. There's no application. We've got several doctors who remind me, we'll ask them if they know of any. Well, you know what? I guess it does maybe have an involuntary, because Mark said they put it on, because now Mark's an anesthesiologist too, but they put it on people when they anesthetize them, and then they hit it like to see, like if they start going too far under, I guess their nerves don't even react anymore, so it doesn't, he can explain it. I should have had him explain it on the video. But yeah, he knew all about it. But what he knew about it was nothing to do with using it for communication. Maverick? Good. And a lot of times, I'm going to tell you, kind of right there, he wasn't sure what he was going to do. He's kind of looking for an out. So coming back this way ended up being a good deal. Yes, I love the way he's running to the place. The only thing we have to do is get that manners minder, because the manners minder thing has like a little remote control, and when you just hit it, then it just gives them a treat. And if we can get ours fixed, we can do that tomorrow. And Angie Marie, I have my Dave Hush shirt on, so please remind Mike. I don't know if you want to go, because it is kind of a dive bar, but I think Mike would be fine. Breck said he would drive us. That's the 31st, so don't forget. Look, here's my trained fish. I don't know if someone knows about my trained fish. I'm going to tell you what I do. If that dog disappears around the corner, I'm going to show you how. Come back. I'll tell you what turned out really, really cute, Summer. Those photos of Maverick and those vines right there. They were such interesting pictures. You know, even over there too, if they would go in those woods, you know, just, I don't know, those vines, it adds so much dimension to the picture. The vines were in the foreground. Look, now he's chasing the fish. Come on, let's go this way, and they're probably going to take off, so be ready. Now that I've kind of got him in this release mode, what I'm not going to suddenly start doing is having commands or anything. I'm sort of hyper-concentrating, you know, the more technical, specific stuff in a little area. And, you know, now we're just back to the big picture where we can make him come to us. I got to tell you, he's good with that one. But I do want you to use the nick sometimes, too. We have to add the nick to that dynamic so that if the dog does see something, and we do need to turn it back around with the nick, that he understands that it understands that dynamic. Cooking again, huh? Maverick? I'll tell you what I did right there. It was almost like a little remote control. I just harnessed its movement. That's what I want you guys at home to say to yourself. And I'm going to harness the natural dog. And that's what I do a very, very limited amount of, you know, the only dog that we really do that, look at him. The only dog we really do to stay with the recall is Ellie, and Jesus, that's a 5-year-old dog. not going to waste an opportunity calling the dog right there. I'm going to wait till he starts running out the gate after Molly. All right, look, I'm going to get him out of the water. I never called him was because I didn't have an angle that I liked. And that's how you guys need to think of it. I didn't have an angle that I liked that I would be able to get the behavior that I wanted. That's how you guys at home need to think. I didn't get the angle that I wanted. That's not the behavior that I wanted. But always looking, waiting, patience is a virtue, blah, blah, blah. When you start swimming from me, blah, blah. Maverick! I'm going to tell you what I did right there, because he gave me the little flyby. Maverick, I'm going to tell you what I did right there, because I went to my Nick, and then he turned around. But I'm going to tell you what the problem was. My Nick was set on his foot. So right there, I turned it back up to 10, and just kind of reiterated. Again, the dog understands the Nick is me communicating. Obviously, he acts with no inhibition. Maverick! Bye, guys.